Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Dorset Dark Sky Friendly exterior wall sconce. This is going to be the 305201. It is the smallest of the three sizes. There's also a matching post light and a matching hanging light. Check those out if you can. Let's talk about glass to begin with on this. You're going to see there's a pull-down menu that says choose your glass, and one of them is going to be Hubbardton Forge's opal glass, which is an opaque white glass, and I'll talk more about that a little later in the video. The other one is going to be clear with, it's called clear seated. It has little air bubbles in it, and it kind of has more of a traditional feeling. You can really tweak these fixtures by just using different finishes that are available from us and these two different types of glass to go from contemporary right to traditional. It's a really nice way you can do things. And it's going to make a difference when you are buying your bulbs or deciding what you want to use in bulbs versus the clear versus that opal, because that opal, again, you're not going to be able to see through that glass, while the clear you will be. Okay, so we got into a couple other quick things here. Why don't we talk about lamping on this? Well, before that, why don't we talk about the size of the fixture itself. 14.3 inches tall. The width on it is coming in at 7.7. Projection from the wall coming out is only 10 inches. And this is coming in at 6.8 pounds. It's made out of aluminum, very durable, not heavy, obviously. The back plate on it, 8.3 by 5. That's going to go over your standard 4-inch junction box just perfectly. Mounting height, that's the distance from the bottom of the fixture to the middle of your box, is coming in at 8.6. I want to show you a little bit more information about all that, and how we're going to do it is to look at the installations instructions now. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. So open that up for me. It's going to show you a full parts list, the glass, everything about it, but it's going to show you some really good line drawings of the back of this and the back plate and what it looks like and how it goes on your junction box. Take advantage of that, because it's going to be on every Hubbardton Forge fixtures. We have those install docs, and they have really great drawings for you to use. Okay, let's talk about what's going on in the lamping on this. It's going to be using just a regular medium base bulb, but this is dark sky friendly, so we're going to get into that in just a little bit too. If you're in the sunny state of California and you're pulling permits for new construction or renovation, very important for you to talk to your contractor and see if you're going to need to do a California Title 24 compliant socket, which is a GU24, just like this guy. We can do these as customs. If you're in that situation, you'd email us and say you're looking at a 305201, you need a GU24 socket LED setup to get to your California Title 24 compliancy, and then we email you a quote. It's very simple, but it's there if you guys need it. Now, we're going to talk a lot more in detail about what's the difference between dark sky compliant and dark sky friendly later in the video, but right now we're going to talk about the bulbs that you're going to use to get there. So the dark sky friendly is going to be if you're using a PAR 20 bulb. And a PAR 20 bulb, you can use an LED or you can use a halogen. The halogen is going to be maxing out at 75 watts, but I don't think you need to, because the LEDs that exist are really, really good, and you can pick them up everywhere. Home Depot, Lowe's, Walmart, probably Amazon too. So the deal with this bulb is it shoots light in one direction, and that one direction is going to be down in this case to make it dark sky friendly. So the whole point is light goes down, doesn't go up, doesn't go on the sides, none of that, just down. However, if you're not dealing with dark sky at all, and it doesn't really matter to you, you just like the sconce for what it is, you can put in whatever you like. So as long as it fits into the socket, and it fits into the bulb that's into the housing itself and does not crest the bottom of the glass, it doesn't really matter. So you can use any of these. So you can still use an incandescent up to 75 watts, but you probably won't. Most people want to do LEDs, and there's so many good ones that are available. This is the more traditional one, and these are the phosphorus ones I kind of like. So these are easy to get. Sometimes you can get the old-timey Thomas Edison looking one that has a little point on it, and that would be kind of cool if you have the clear glass, if you're going in that direction. Excuse me. But I think these are just great to, they tick every box. So they come different colors of the light we'll talk about now, and they also come in different amounts of lumens. So I can find this easily at a 40 watt equivalent LED, a 60 watt equivalent LED, but I can also find this at a 100 watt equivalent LED. Same deal with this guy. And they're, again, easy to find. Color of the light coming out of these things is going to be awesome. If I'm doing clear glass, that seated clear glass, I might want to go for 2700 Kelvin. They'll offer that in this. and that would be kind of like a setting sun, maybe like an old-time Williamsburg, Virginia kind of look, you know, like almost like a gas light. That'd be kind of cool. Or candlelight. And if you have these going around your pool, if you have them maybe on a enclosed porch, like a screened-in porch, and you're going to be hanging out with your friends, you can dim those down, really make them look like candlelight. But if you have other situations, you may go for what's called daylight. I'm not a big fan of it. That's that bluish white light like an overcast day. That's 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin. What we use in our showroom, talk about it in every video, is warm white, soft white. And that's the nice warmth that's coming down on this table now. And that basically mimics an incandescent bulb. That's 3,000 Kelvin, so that's what we like to use, coming from this bulb right there. So again, you know, depending on what your needs are, if you're doing the dark sky friendly, you're going to be locked into doing something like this, which is a par 20, easy to get. Again, if you're in California and you're pulling permits, we can do this for you, the GU24 socket setup. Again, we can do the par 20s on these too, so you'd be fine with the dark sky friendly. And then if you don't have to deal with a dark sky at all, I think this is your best bet. And these are easy to find. These are called phosphorus, just clear LEDs basically. And again, you can find a 4-pack of these at like Home Depot for like 10 bucks. Let's talk about for a second the differences between dark sky friendly and dark sky compliant lighting fixtures. So in the United States, there's actually a private corporation called the International Dark Sky Association that owns the rights and the trademark to the entire dark sky compliancy issue. Not only do they set the limits and the specifications about what fixtures can be dark sky compliant, but they charge lighting manufacturers for the right to use their certification and certificate on their fixtures. Hubbardton Forge manufactures their dark sky friendly fixtures to the exact same specifications as if they were going to be dark sky compliant. They just choose not to pay for that lighting certificate from Dark Sky International. So if you're going in front of a HOA, like a homeowners association, maybe a zoning administrator, someplace that is going to require dark sky certificates for your lighting that you need to purchase for your project, you might want to come to us first and ask for the data sheets. The data sheets are going to show that these are dark sky, well, made to the same specifications of dark sky compliant, just not using that certificate. So you can take those to the board or whoever you're going to be seeing before you order your fixtures, which is a very good idea, and you can be well armed with the correct data to present to them. I want to touch base on Hubbardton Forge's opal glass for just a second. So all of Hubbardton Forge's glass to begin with is going to be hand blown. This piece is hand blown first in clear, then they're going to come in and they're going to blow another layer of white glass on the inside of this. The third step is they're going to take and they're going to sandblast the whole thing on the inside and the outside. That's going to give you this beautiful, mellow, translucent, milky piece of glass. When you look at this and you can see the layers are actually piled up on the inside of this. Hubbardton Forge is very obsessed about details on all of their pieces, including their glass, and that's why you're here, because you're probably just as obsessed about little details as well. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth. With a picture of the woman next to me, you can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.